What's up, y'all? It's still gumbo season, and if you want to learn how to make a gumbo just like this, watch this video. All the ingredients, measurements, and detailed instructions will be included in the recipe, so let's get this started. First off, the difference between any good and great gumbo is the stock, and I make a homemade stock every single time. And it's pretty simple too. You just start with a big pot of boiling water, and then you add all your leftover trimmings from cutting up your onion, celery, bell pepper, and garlic. You was gonna throw all them trimmings away anyway, you might as well use them. Now it's on to the chicken. I use whole chicken thighs. And yes, I wash my meat, that's part of the process. I debone and deskin these chicken thighs, then I add the skin and bones right to that stock. Then I cut that deboned and deskinned thigh meat in bite-sized pieces. You gotta season that thigh meat up because don't nobody want no bland chicken in their gumbo. Then it's into the freezer to let it marinate for a little bit while I prep these other ingredients. Next up is the shrimp. I like to buy shell-on shrimp because I add those shrimp shells right to the stock too. Give it a little taste to make sure it's coming together right, and it is. And just like that chicken, you gotta season up that shrimp and put it in the fridge to marinate for later. That stock is gonna be good. Now it's on to the okra. I fry my okra in 425-degree oil until it's golden brown. This changes the sliminess of the okra. After that okra is done, you fry your sliced smoked sausages in that same 425-degree oil until they're golden brown. And last but not least, those chicken thigh pieces go into that 425-degree oil too. Dang, I want to eat these right now, but I'm going to save it for the gumbo. Next up is the roux. You want to use equal parts fat and flour by weight, not by volume. And it takes about 45 minutes on low heat to get it to look like this. When your roux is ready, you add your veggies right into the roux. This stops your roux from cooking and it adds flavor. I add my bay leaves now too. You're going to let all your veggies saute in that roux for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then you're going to add a little salt. Now it's time to hydrate that roux with the stock that I made earlier. You want to add enough stock until the gumbo is somewhere in between a soup and a stew. Not too thick, not too thin. I add my raw chopped garlic now because I like a strong garlic flavor. I add my fresh thyme and oregano now too. Now it's time to season it up. We got cayenne and a little smoked paprika. Now I add some Kitchen Bouquet to enhance the color a little bit. You let that boil for about 15 minutes, then you start adding the other ingredients. Right now, I'm only going to add my okra and my smoked sausage. I'm not going to add the chicken and the shrimp yet. I give it a mix, I put the lid on, and I let it cook for a good 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes is up, now it's time to add your chicken, and it's time to add the shrimp. This is also a good time to see if your gumbo needs any more stock and seasoning. Mine needed a little more stock. You'll also need to remove a little bit of residual oil from this gumbo from all the fried ingredients. All right, after all the ingredients are in there, we let this simmer for about 20 more minutes, then the gumbo is done. Look at that. Ooh, look at that pretty color. And now it's time for my favorite part, the plating and eating. Since this gumbo was so complex, we're going to keep the plating simple. We don't need much more than a warm bowl. We got to keep the rim of that bowl clean too. Remember, we eat with our eyes. A lot of people like a simple potato salad on the side with their gumbo, but I'm not one of them people. Give me some white rice with my gumbo, please. And I don't think I'm going to get any arguments when I say that a little bit of green onion at the end is going to set this gumbo off. And with that, it's done. I know it took a long time to make, but look at the finished product. That's beautiful, ain't it? Try this recipe out. If y'all like it, let me know, y'all. I'm about to finish this bowl of gumbo. Peace.